In Millennials and Money, a very special guest, Emma Knuckman, the lovely and talented wife of Alan Knuckman. As a millennial mom, you wrote a book, Rewind and Play ABC the Millennial Way. Your book is geared to helping millennials, such as yourself, make a connection with their children. You have a daughter. Do you tell her about what your life was like back in the day in this book?
And absolutely. Well, first of all, I'm thrilled to be on the show, so thanks for having me. But definitely, as a child, I love to hear about how my parents grew up, the things that they did for fun. Especially now as a millennial, my daughter is 6 years old. And I feel like I really grew up in the last time like this, before we were totally connected with tech and screens. So I was really eager to share some important perspective with my daughter about how things were when I was younger. So I wrote this book as a way to really connect and start a dialogue and a conversation about my childhood and the things that we did for fun and how things were a bit different, and to really stress the importance of slowing down and enjoying yourself and getting back to playing.
Fun times, going to the Blockbuster and maybe drinking out of the garden hose.
Absolutely. So each letter takes you back through almost like a time capsule of the 90s to early 2000s of everything that created these fond memories for me. So of course, Blockbuster was the big social event in town. I grew up in the west suburbs of Chicago, so it was always a thrill to see friends from school, but also important to show kids these days who are used to things on demand, streaming, watching things right away. Sometimes I would go to Blockbuster and the videos I was looking for, they weren't even there. They weren't on the shelves. So that was something that, again, I think made me a little bit stronger in who I am today without that instant gratification.
You really push playing outdoors. Why is that critical?
Definitely. I think that it just shows like we spent a lot of time on our bikes with friends, just having the freedom to go out and explore and really use our imaginations. And that's something I know is now that I'm an elder millennial, I don't have much of imagination anymore. So to be able to see through my daughter's eyes how she's experiencing life and really stressing to take it in, get outside, get that fresh air, and let your imagination run wild and have fun is so critical. So everything from riding bikes to jump ropes. I know other millennials will remember our ankles hurting so badly from those skip-its that we were always jumping in the driveway. Those were an amazing toy that I really wish I could find again to bring back and show my daughter.
Thankfully, you can still buy sidewalk chalk. What's your daughter's reaction?
We were in the car and she just said, Mom, she's like, so when you were younger, there weren't phones. You didn't have phones with you. They stayed in your house. Like, how did you entertain yourself? What did you do in the car on long car drives? So I think it was pretty cool to see that moment where she really thought about what was in the book and how that connected. And she paused for a second and she said, how does the world change so quickly? Which I thought was pretty profound for a 6-year-old, and exactly what I was hoping to do with the book was just spark that conversation and get their little heads thinking about things a little bit differently.
You've had an amazing career in television production and are now making that leap into publishing. What advice can you offer? You used self-publishing with Ingram.
My biggest advice to anybody is if you have an idea, it is so possible. So just do it. So I'm so happy to have seen this idea through, but what really took me far was just making sure I educated myself on the world of publishing, but really treating writing this book and doing the illustrations like a job and being disciplined about it. But what was really encouraging for me is I had a friend, a dear friend of mine from college whose mom is in the indie publishing world. And she gave me a lot of validation and advice right off the bat that really encouraged me to see this through. So I think that's important. Make sure that you really treat this like a disciplined activity. But also, if you can get feedback and early validation, that's something that really fueled me and made me so excited about this project, especially because it came at a time where I was through the first time in my life, big corporate layoffs. So I found myself at an opportunity to either try something new or continue down the path I was going on. So I really took the leap, and I would encourage anybody to do the same. Just go for it.
Great advice. Thank you, Emma, for preserving a time in Americana. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Angela. I am so thrilled about it. And I did want to mention, with Mother's Day coming up, or anybody, this makes the the perfect gift book. I know for baby showers now, the trend is to not bring a card. People usually bring a book for the new baby. So if you have millennial parents out there, this would make the perfect gift, again, for mothers. So please do check it out on my website, which is www.emmaknuckman.com, and also request it at your local bookstore. Again, through the publishing route that I went, it can be available anywhere. So you can shop small, shop local, ask for it by name at your local bookstore, and it just makes an incredible gift and sharing a little bit of history.